Good morning, everybody. My name is Beth. I'd like to welcome you to my channel if you're new here. If you're not new here, then I'd like to welcome you back. Today is Christmas Day, December 25th. It is 10:47, so it's almost not morning. But this is my TBR for January. I am participating in a couple of different readathons. I'm not quite sure on some of my books. I have 12 sitting here, 2 on my shelf. One I have to finish before the first week of January. So, and then the other one is the sequel. Well, not the sequel, but the second one in the series. 2 of the readathons that I'm participating in are year-long readathons. The other, I'm not sure all the rules that they are. I don't know the specifics about them, so I'm going to tell you what I plan to read for January, and I'm going to fill in the main readathon that I'm going to participate in is Ring in the New Books, and it's hosted by Bethany Brings Books and Paperbacks and Ponytails. I'll link them down below, and I'll tell you what I'm going to read as I go through the prompts, or as I'm going through, I'll tell you what prompts they fit. Some of these don't fulfill a prompt, and that's because I have not really found a book to fit. The main one I haven't found a book to fit is the read a book featuring a new theme, new beginnings, new hope, etc. So, I forgot a book. It's on my shelf. Sorry, I know this is really close. Okay, so, alright. Starting with my Word Readathon books for January, I have 2. So I probably won't read both of them. Did I bring both of them over? Okay, Life and Death is the Word Readathon for January. And, okay. Yes, I brought them both. I have Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead, and this is about a girl, she's a writer, and when she was at a restaurant with her, I believe it was her publicist. It's been a while since I read the first book. This is the second book in the series. She was talking to her, I can't remember if it was her agent or I think it was her agent. She's telling her agent about her new book, and she was mistaken for a hit woman, a gunman for hire, and so somebody wanted her to kill their husband. I guess it was her, is how you would explain that. Anyway, she was mistaken as a hit woman. So there's that one. Or the other one is Dead Watch. And this is an author that my sister recommended to me, and this is about a former U.S. Senator who's gone missing, and nobody knows if he's been kidnapped or murdered, and his wife believes that she's next, or that she could be next. But she thinks she knows who's involved. Then Jacob Winter is also involved, like he's also in the book, and I don't know if he's a recurring character or not. I've never read these books, but he's an Army intelligence veteran. He specializes in what he thinks of as forensic bureaucracy, which is Congress, the Pentagon, FBI, CIA, Homeland Security. When something goes wrong, Winter kicks over rocks until he finds out what really happened. And the White House is his main client, and the chief of staff is on the phone now. So I'm guessing he gets put on the case to find out what's happening. So I don't know which of these I want to read. And I have also, I'll put it up here, not Stephen King, Dean Koontz's Frankenstein the Dead Town. But I would have to read another one, which I have the fourth one over here. But it is a goal of mine to finish that series this year, but I don't know if I want to read two in the same month. So we're going to go with that. Now, getting into this other readathon. The other year-long readathon is a past favorite, and I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the name of them. It's the Christian Romance Readathon Challenge. And it's hosted by Oshina. I hope I said her name right. And I'll link her channel down below as well. And the January prompt is a past favorite. And I will be reading, it is Christian romance. So the point is, she has one stipulation that you must read Christian romance. So that was fine. This is probably one of my favorite Christian romances of all time. It's by Jeanette Oak, and it's called Love Comes Softly. I got it at a yard sale, and so this is about a woman who gets married, and her husband travel west, I think. Yeah. And her husband ends up dying, and so this gentleman tells her that she can move in with him. He has a young daughter, and they'll get married, and just to give her a place to stay until she saves up enough money, and I think he might even be willing to pay for the train ride, or the wagon ride home, the pioneer ride. Anyway, I love this. It is just such a beautiful story, a beautiful love story. And I am also going to put it for my prompt for the Ring in the New Books. It's reread an old favorite and see if you have any new opinions. So that's the first prompt for that one that I'm going to put. Then I'm going across. I'll read the top three, and then the middle three, and then it says participate in the buddy read, Genesis 1 through 11. And I think you could just read Genesis 1 through 11, but one of the ladies, and I don't remember if it was Bethany or, I watch this lady all the time. I watch this young lady all the time. I think her name is Katie. Katie. Sorry if that's not her name. But anyway, one of them said they were going to be doing this Genesis Foundations of Grace, and I believe it was Bethany. I'm not sure. So, but anyway, so I ordered it. I could not get it on Amazon. It was on back order, so I had to go to Thrift Books, and it's a little bent on the corner, but I mean, it is just such a beautiful. Look at those pictures. I mean, is that not beautiful? It's just stunning. And I am so looking forward to that. So it just goes through chapters 1 through 11. But it seems like it's such a deep study. That is just so beautiful. But I'm looking forward to that. So that's my second one. Now, I also have my Facebook group that I take part in. It's not mine personally, but I'm a member of it, like I join it every month. And so I don't know what prompts those will be, and I might have to add and take away, and I won't be taking away any. Um, I don't think. There's a couple that I could, but okay. And it says, what's old is new again. Read a book that was popular 30 years ago. Now, this is where I'm not sure about the, I wasn't sure if they wanted all of them to be Christian or not. So I couldn't really find. Okay. My husband's getting up and the dogs, the boys, are playing. Anyway, so I was looking up just books that were popular 30 years ago, and I came across Dean Koontz's Phantoms, and I have no idea what it's about, but it is Dean Koontz, and I love Dean Koontz. Just about anything that he has out. Well, I haven't read a book by him that I haven't loved yet, so that is one, and I'm hoping they do, before the end of the month, I'm hoping they do recommendations. I'm going to go back and re-watch their video, each of their announcements videos, and see if they give, specifics. Like, these absolutely have to be Christian books. Because I have a couple more that are not Christian-based books. Anyway. Then the next one, on the second line, the second row of 3, it says, try a new author, someone whose debut novel released during the last year. So, I'm going to put it up here. It's called Black Cake, and it's a Book of the Month book. And all I know is this lady leaves her sons, I believe it is, I don't know much about it, a inheritance. One is a black cake, and the other is a message. And it tells the story of, I'm guessing, her past. And anyway, so that's that. Then there's a free space, and it's a reader's choice. So I could put several in there, and I have a couple, several over here. Ring in the new year with a new series. So my new series is going to be A Voice in the Wind by Francine Rivers. I have purposely tried not to hear anything about this book that, I know several people have read it on BookTube, and I've just kind of tried to shut out what they were saying. I know it's hard to read. My grandmother tried to read it, and then she had to put it down because it was too difficult. That's what my mom said. Said she couldn't finish it. And my friend Chris is reading it. She says there are some hard parts in it, but she's been very gracious not to tell me anything about it. And the little clip right here, the little excerpt right here that says, torn by her love for a handsome aristocrat, a young slave girl clings to her faith in the living God for deliverance from the forces of decadent Rome. So, I'm very excited to read this. Y'all know I teach history, and it's very early history. It's starts with the very beginning, we call it early man is what we call it. And so it would cover this part right here. So I know that it's not, that these are fictional characters, but I also know that authors use a lot of research to base their books on, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so that's my new series for the year. I know there's only 3 in there, but okay. And then it says read a book featuring a new theme. New is in, and it says new beginnings, new hope. I don't have that yet. Yeah, I don't have that one yet. I have this one picked up. This one might be This one might be Glory Road. I'm not sure, but I do want to read this one. My grandmother said that it was not what you expected. So this woman moves back home. So it's a decade after her husband's affair, and it drove her back to South Alabama. Jessie McBride has a stable life she wants, operating her garden shop. So maybe it's a new beginning with a new love interest. So that could be. So I'll finish reading this, at least a couple of these. Operating her garden shop, Twig, next door to her home on Glory Road, and keeping up with her teenage daughter and spunky mother. But the unexpected arrival of two men makes Jessie question whether she's really happy with the status quo. When handsome, wealthy businessman Summer Tate asks her to arrange flowers for his daughter's lavish wedding, Jessie finds herself drawn to his continued attention. Then Ben Bradley, her lingering what could have been from high school, moves back to the red dirt road, and she feels her heart pulled in directions she never expected. So we will see. I might can use that for my new beginnings. So, I mean, she's already been there for a decade, but a new relationship, new hope, new love. Because they say etc. after New Hope. I mean, it sounds really good, and I love that dust jacket. Okay, the next one is read the rest of the book of Genesis. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then Countdown to Midnight, read a book with a number in the title. I thought I had that one over here. Okay, so my dogs are barking in the background. The number in the title so far is 24 Hours by Greg Iles. I thought I had grabbed this one. 24 hours. That's how long it takes a madman to pull off the perfect crime. He's done it before, he'll do it again, and no one can stop him. But this time he's just picked the wrong family to terrorize, because Will and Karen Jennings aren't going to watch helplessly as he victimizes them, and they aren't going to let him get away with it. They're going to fight back. So, now, if this has to be Christian, then I will find something else. So we know I'm reading this one, Lost Souls, because I want to continue my series and try to get them through. I need to reach up there and grab those other two books. Okay, so I am doing the Sara J Maas Readalong with, I'm reading along with Hannah and Christina. Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads and Christina from Christina's Chapters. They are going to try to have this live show for House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series, the first week of January. So I need to get this finished before then. And it's usually on a Saturday, so I think it wouldn't be before the 7th. It could be the 6th, 7th, or 8th. Sometimes it's on a Sunday. So I need to get this finished. I do have the audiobook, so thankfully, because this is the chunker. And I'm almost finished with my Reindeer Readathon prompts. So that's great. I have a half a book, another half a book, and then a whole book. For the Reindeer Readathon prompt. So, anyway. So, I'm going to get this one finished, and it might take me into, like, the first day or two of January. So, I don't want to put them together, so I'm going to set this separately. Well, that just stands up by itself. Okay. So, going along with that, I'm guessing that in January, I also need to read this, House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book in the Crescent City. This is the one I have not read. I will be getting the audiobook for this one, even if I have to pay for it, because it's a chunk or two. But let me go ahead and tell you what this other one is about first. This is about Bryce. She is half fae and half human. She goes through a very traumatic experience. There's a murder, and she's very close to this person. But even 2 years after it happens, it still haunts her. And so when the murderer attacks again, this let's see what they call him. Okay, a fallen angel is sent to, he's assigned to watch her. Okay, and this is a fantasy, you know, because there's fae and angels, and you know, so anyway, they are going to be unraveling the mystery. So, which leads us to this one. I don't know what this one's about. Okay, so it's back to Bryce and Hunt. Hunt is the angel, the fallen angel, are trying to get back to normal, and they may have saved Crescent City, but with so much upheaval in their lives lately, they mostly want a chance to relax, slow down, figure out what the future holds. That's all I'm going to read, because I don't want to give it away. I probably gave away too much for the first book. So this is one of my reads. This is a must, because I want to finish the read along, because there were a couple books that I didn't read, a couple rereads I didn't get to, and then I didn't read Catwoman. So there's that one. Just keep piling on the books, I have another Francine Rivers book I'd like to read in January, and it's Unashamed. It's very short, and it's about rehab, and it says, it's a novella. It says, Rahab, a woman with a past to whom God gave a future. So there's a couple of these. It says 5. So I'd like to get all of them and just read them, just to know what they're about. So I have that one. I wanted a murder mystery, so I picked up 2 of those. And one of them was Agatha Christie's, so this is The Labors of Hercules. And this is about Poirot's last major case. There's another one after this, but this is his last major one. And if you followed it, you know. If not, so I believe there's one after it. But anyway, it says Poirot was ready to take his final bow. If only he could cap his career by finding a fitting challenge to his matchless genius. Little did he dream, however, that when he accepted the task of finding a lost Pekingese, he was beginning a series of 12 tests by terror that would lead him from the peaceful parks of London to the perverse depths of a human hell, and to the one figure of evil whom even Poirot could not defeat. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to that one. And then the other mystery I got was Bloodstains with Bronte. I've said before that I really liked the Bronte sisters. Loved Wuthering Heights, but Jane Eyre was my favorite. And I plan to reread classics this year. Jane Eyre being one of them. Haven't really picked out which classics. I'm gonna ask some friends what their favorite classics are. Not sure what this is about. Okay, it says, that boy is a Heathcliff, if ever I saw one. He has murderer written all over him. It's a dark and stormy autumn on the Oregon coast. Widowed Professor Emily Kavanagh is remodeling Windy Corner, a Victorian mansion she recently inherited, into a writer's retreat. Two of the young workers, Jake and Roman, are showing too much of the wrong kind of interest in Katie, Emily's young single mother housekeeper. Their boss, Jeremiah, is a disturbing presence in a different way with his obsessive, tormented piety. Soon the passions in the house grow as dark and stormy as the weather, and Emily begins to feel as if she's living in a Bronte novel. So, I think that's so pretty. Get a close-up of that picture of the cat. Okay. Next one is my book of the month that I've been wanting to read, and it's Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter. It's about I think she's a U.S. Marshal. This girl had a secret back in 1982. Her name was Emily Vaughn. She was an athlete. She was smart. She was pretty. She was well liked, but she had a secret. But 40 years later, her murder is still unsolved. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to help. So, U.S. Marshal Andrea Oliver arrives in Long Beach Beach on her first assignment to protect a judge receiving death threats. But in reality, Andrea is there to find justice for Emily. The killer is still out there, and Andrea must discover the truth before she gets silenced too. So, Girl Forgotten. I really like Karen Slaughter's books. They give me thrills. They're thrillers, but they give me goosebumps. Okay. And so, in honor of my friend Chris, I'm picking up her favorite author. I'm picking up Lisa Scottolini, Betrayed. This is the Rosado and D'Annunzio law firm, and maverick lawyer Judy Carrier takes the lead in a case that's more personal than ever. Judy has always championed the underdog, and when Iris, the housekeeper and best friend of Judy's beloved aunt, is found dead of an apparent heart attack, Judy begins to suspect foul play. The circumstances of the death leave Judy with more questions than answers, and never before has murder struck so close to home. And then my last one so far, because I'm forever putting new ones on my list, is Cape Refuge. This is also another series. So, 2 bodies, 1 spear gun, and a murder suspect. Did Morgan Cleary's husband really kill her parents? So, this is a double murder, and it says a brutal double murder has struck fear into the heart of the peaceful Cape Refuge community. The crime weapon belongs to the victim's son-in-law, but Police Chief Cade remains unconvinced that his best friend took the lives of Thelma and Wayne Owens. So this is the police chief's best friend. The Owens' ministry, a halfway house, shelters individuals far more questionable than Jonathan Cleary. Now people are concerned that it may house a murderer who could strike again. Shattered by her parents' deaths, Morgan Cleary struggles to keep Hanover House running while her husband sits in jail. Her sister Blair is no help. Embittered by the scars of her past, Blair wants no part of her dead parents' ministry or their Christian faith. She wants to sell the house until her determined search to find the true killer uncovers some startling findings. A lethal race against time ensues for Morgan, Blair, and Cade, with far more than Hanover House at stake. So, and I have book 2 of this too, so this will be my first Terry Blackstock as well. So, anyway, so there is my TBR for January. I know it's a little bit, shall we say, ambitious, but I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so excited about this new readathon, and I can't wait to see what the Facebook group has for their prompts, and which ones I can use and which ones I may just have to use for page count. But anyway, I'm going to go try to get this uploaded, and I will talk to y'all later. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year if I don't see you again. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you like this video and want to see more content from me, please click that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.